So many soon-to-be relationships are destroyed by depolarization. What is that? Well, polarity is what it takes for the flow of energy. We have the sun and the moon, the North Pole and the South Pole, the masculine and the feminine. There's energy that flows between all these things. And the energy that flows between the last two is romantic and chemistry. If you remove the polarity, you remove the chemistry and romantic energy. And I want to be clear, this isn't about men and women. Because even in gay couples, either man, woman, even in gay couples, you'll find that one tends to have a more masculine core and one tends to have a more feminine core. Hence why you can have insane sexual chemistry between two people of the same sex. And many of us heteronormative straight folk can make some side steps when we're trying to build a relationship that depolarizes the relationship, hence removing the sexual and romantic energy. This is the difference between a guy seeing you as a lover and a guy seeing you as a business partner. Because let's say you're a typically feminine woman and you walk into the bathroom to find your man making himself look nice in the mirror. Nothing unusual, you think. He's just trying to make himself look presentable. But then what if he spends more time than you do on his appearance? Or worse yet, what if he starts asking you questions like, does my hair look okay? Does my bum look big in this? How is my shape looking? If you were honest with yourself, you would start to feel repelled. And that feeling of repulsion you have is your feminine core saying, can I really be sexually attracted to someone who's going to take over the feminine presence in this relationship? Isn't that where I'm supposed to sit? So we're going to go through dating mistakes that feminine women never make that flourishes that polarity between her and her man. The first mistake they never make is not allowing him the space to lead. Even if he's going to make a mistake, part of being in a relationship of this dynamic is trusting in him and the decisions that he makes for the benefits of the relationship. And yes, there will be times where he might get it wrong, but that's all part of developing in becoming a good and wise leader. And the thing is, him getting it wrong isn't even the issue. It's only an issue if he lacks the awareness and doesn't grow from that mistake. And for you as the woman in his life, it's okay and even encouraged for you to be the mirror in showing him what he's doing. But it's not about shaming him on his bad decision. It's about asking him, was he happy with the way things turned out? And if not, what could he have done differently? That's encouragement. The feminine encourages and empathizes. And this is something a feminine woman knows how to be with her man. She knows how to encourage, when to inspire, and when to be patient. A feminine woman isn't there to be the teacher, she's there to be the classroom, the space in which he evolves to become better, so that he can take accountability and learn himself. But if he can't do that, then maybe he's not the quote-unquote leader for you. Next mistake a feminine woman never does is argue or disrespect her man in front of others. It's okay to have disagreements, of course, but you never have a full-blown argument in front of company. A feminine woman knows that love is respect to a masculine man, and that there's a time and place for everything. Women often get the good or bad rap of being emotionally led, at least more so than men. And while this may show to be the case in some situations, a mature woman isn't controlled by her emotions. She still has the bigger picture in mind. And part of that is knowing how and when to choose your battles. Instead of just having an argument with him in front of others, we always should be discussing those issues behind closed doors. Because a woman who disrespects her man disrespects herself. Because as a couple, you come as a team, right? You are a team. And so when you argue in front of others, it just makes your team look dysfunctional. That's not to say you should never say anything, especially when it's urgent. But if it's not, then poise and grace wins every time. Next mistake high-value feminine women never make is ridiculing his goals and dreams. If we're coming from the standpoint that as a feminine woman, she wants to enter his frame and accept his leadership, join his ship, so to speak, part of joining the ship is accepting the destination. Now, of course, you can definitely have input on the ship's destination if you feel it's valuable, but ultimately where he's going in life is down to him. And so joining his ship is by default saying, I am on board for the direction and the destination this ship is going in. Hence why it's attractive when a man is ambitious, because ambition essentially means that he should have a very good destination. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what if I don't like the direction? Well, if that's the case, that means you need to abandon ship, because that shit isn't for you. Next mistake that feminine women never make is not allowing him to serve you. This looks like if he offers to do something for you, like carry your bag, offer to drop you somewhere, or opening the lid of that really tight jar. I know, classic. But you rejecting his offer is you blocking the masculine in him that wants to serve your feminine. The masculine shows love through service and sacrifice. That is why it has always been men who go off to war while the women stay safe at home. That is why when the Titanic went down, it was women and children first in the boat, as the man stayed to go down with the sinking ship. That is why men will work tirelessly 10 to 12-hour days at work so that his girlfriend or wife can be chilling and relaxing at home. And I get it. In a day and age of equality, there can be a narrative of a pressure for women having to prove that they can do anything a man can do. And that's great for your career. But within the frames of a relationship, it kills the chemistry. It dampens his desire for you. And don't get me wrong, this isn't saying that you have to be a damsel in distress all of the time, but the feminine receives. And I don't mean to be crude, but it's even in our biology. The feminine receives the masculine. The woman receives the man into her. It's kind of like, you know, when you go to someone's party and you bought them a gift that you went out of your way to get, and instead of graciously accepting and showing their appreciation for the gift you brought the host, they're like, no, I couldn't possibly accept this gift from you. And they think they're being really polite and really considerate, when actually that just makes you feel like your effort was wasted. And so the next time they have a party, you don't feel like getting them a gift. In fact, you probably won't. I mean, the man wanting to serve a woman, that's exactly how it is. The next mistake feminine women never make is telling him what to do. It is not a woman's job to be the man's mother, apart from his own mother. What often happens is that a girlfriend or wife will want her boyfriend or husband to start doing something. And so she starts telling him that he should start to do something. And that if he doesn't do it, it's annoying. And I understand. For her, it could be like, well, why can't you just do this one thing that's going to contribute to our relationship? And while that does make sense, it's all about how you get the man to do something. When you come from a place of telling him to do it, you're coming from a place of authority. That's how he takes it. And especially if that man is in the role of protector and leadership in the relationship, he is always going to reject you coming from a place of authority. Because for him, it feels like a level of disrespect that he can't make his own decisions. Now, of course, you can be there to give your take, and he will ask for your opinion, because part of him choosing you as the woman in the relationship is that he's going to value your mind and your thoughts. Even take cues on you for things that you are more knowledgeable about. Him being a good man, being a good leader in the relationship, he will understand that part of being able to serve you and provide a frame is providing the space where you can express yourself, because it helps him to take what you have on board so he can have that in mind moving forward. However, if you find yourself that you keep telling him, or you sit in that role where you are choosing to tell a man what to do, it says to him that you don't trust his leadership and you don't trust in the decisions that he makes. This is where the element of nagging comes in. And here's the thing, whatever it is that you might be telling him to do, you could be right. It could benefit the relationship. However, a man's pride, a leader's pride, will deliberately not do what you're trying to tell him to do, just to make the point of, hey, you don't tell me what to do. Is this petty? Maybe, maybe not. It can definitely seem petty on the surface, but to him, it's deeper than that. It's about principle. You can ask me to do something, but you don't tell me to do something. The way you get him to do something that you want is the dance the feminine plays with the masculine. So don't try and push him to where you want him to go. Dance with him to get there, because nothing destroys your romantic chemistry more than telling a man what to do. If you're ready to attract that masculine capable man into your life, then make sure you enroll in my Claim Your Man program below, where I show you how to do just that. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, keep it slick.